amounts yet.
I will record because I don't know how to give you the permission to record. So
Okay,
we
continue.
are recording.
Okay,
Great.
not a problem.
Good. So
yeah, so we can start. Not a problem on that.
okay.
How
So
are you enjoying Dubai? How many places you have visited so far?
It's amazing. I told to Bianca before, I really had a great time here, mostly business-wise. So I didn't have opportunity to explore so much, but I did a lot of great things. So yeah, let's see how we will proceed.
How many places you have visited so far in Dubai?
Actually, not so much because I was on Expo and exploring Expo, the pavilions, having meetings all the time. And I know you said about the beach, but I didn't have opportunity to go to the beach yet. And I will leave it for the next time because I hope I will come back like very, very soon. So yeah, next time your beach advice is going to be checked on the list.
Not only sea beach, actually, there are great places you should have explored. Anyway, probably you will miss that. You should have explored the best drifter in Dubai. He is my friend.
Uh-huh.
We could have taken all of you guys to the desert. You should
Oh.
enjoy the desert safari in the night.
Yeah, actually,
Wow.
I used to live like in Abu Dhabi, and then I was exploring Dubai before, so that's why I was more focused on Expo now. And
Tell me that. That's the reason.
yeah, that's actually. Otherwise, I would explore it, but yeah.
Super, super. So, okay, so I guess we are supposed to discuss about the feedback about your pitch that you did.
Yes.
Yeah. So, how did you like it? How exactly you feel that it was good, it was okay, it was great, it was not okay? What is your feeling?
For me, it was a learning experience. Since this was the first time I was pitching in front of like investors. When it comes to Bukashin, he's an expert and he's used to this. So mostly like a learning experience. And then we of course we talked afterwards, and I think there are stuff that I need to improve from my side, and also that we need to improve when it comes to the pitch deck and putting focus on different things. So a learning experience for me and Bukashin.
Yeah, exactly. As Yasna said, there was a couple of things that we planned to accent and that we planned to tell a little bit more. And then when it comes to question, we realized that we told those things, but that they were not accented in enough, so people didn't understand our roadmap or something like that. So yes, there is a place for improvements, and there is a place to put some things that we want to say, like in the front page, so people would better understand.
All right. So you have done a couple of peaks before, right, Vulcan?
Yes, I just sold my company, the first one, like before New Year, couple of days. So I kind of know the process, and I've been speaking and working.
So in your opinion, what are the things that you feel that you want to improvise?
Excuse me, can you please repeat?
I said, in your opinion, what are the things that you feel that Yasna should improvise? How do you feel that she should improvise? What's your opinion?
I think that in the beginning she should be more clear about the roadmap, how everything started, and I believe that she should more accent about the test that she has done and the whole idea. And then when it come about speaking about the values, she should put all the values maybe on one place and tell how those values are approved by the professionals that approved those values, that were speaking about the book, that were doing research into the book, that should be in one place. So like in all the beginning of couple of slides, there was a couple of time that she was speaking all around about everything, not having 1, 2, 3. So that's my, and then when it comes to myself, I maybe should be explaining more our roadmap, and because we know that is not very, let's say, hot topic to speak about digital products, to speak about non-digital products and selling to airline, and maybe I could put a little bit more focus on the part where we are going into digital product, into metaverse, into the game and everything else. And for both of us together, we should maybe accent that there was a question, okay, why the kid is going to be more interactive with your book, and why he's not going to throw it after 30 minutes. So that's when we should explain that we are preparing a training for the flying nannies who are going to, let's say, work with the kids when they enter the airplane, before even they enter the airplane, during the flight and after the flight, where they are explain them how they get into the magical world. And because on that test that Jasna did, it shows that even when they stop playing with them, when they hug their pillow, they are acting like they are still in that magical land, dreaming about, thinking about it, and keeping them calm. So those were all things that I would maybe let's say accent a little bit more and tell them to be more precise in a couple of minutes.
So in my opinion, as far my understanding goes, so you actually sold your company. So I just need to understand what Jasna wants to do. She wants to sell the company, or she wants to create a profitable company, or what's her thought process?
We want to create global.
Creating is different, yes, now, but
Yeah. Yeah, we
creating
want
is
to have.
different, and yeah, and doing business is different, honestly.
I
So
didn't.
what's your gut feelings? What do you want to do? You want to raise fund and sell your company, or you want to
We
raise
want
fund
to
only
what?
for?
No. We don't want to sell it. We want to make it the best company and the best product for children who travel by airplane. And we want to make multimedia franchise, and we want to work there. That's we don't want to sell it. Yeah.
Okay. So first and foremost, you need to understand, whenever any investor invests, there are two kind of mindset. One kind of mindset, of course, to make money. Second kind of mindset is make money plus grab the company. Okay. We mainly work with two different verticals because every startup have their own kind of appetite. So I just understood what is your appetite according to my small feedback regarding this. Talk business more, Jasna, rather than only the creativity. Creativity comes later on because creativity can be created. Of course, it's your starting point, it's your passion, it's your baby, so you should talk about it. But people want to hear numbers first, and then the creative part of it later. And your business belongs to techno art segment. So when you talk about children book nowadays, the world has moved from books to complete different vertical, and we cannot move back people to the earlier world for so many reasons. Even though we are trying hard, we started polluting our waters, we started polluting our lands, but now we are talking about, let's go for organic, let's go back to villages, let's have some sun. So if you want to create that agenda, my understanding is you need to talk first how technically you want to multiply it, and then tell people, you know what, smartphones and tablets are harmful for children's eyes. So what I want to do, I want to gift them a book. What my business is in the technology domain, wherein they can eventually learn on their own. If you remember, one of the investor asked you a question that if you give them a book, then the parents need to be engaged because they will be reading the book. So let's escape all those questions. Rather, stick to the point that you want to build basically augmented reality, maybe an interactive book where you will give your logo to people. We can definitely change the entire business structure if you allow us to do. Us means me and Bianca. So we can create a card through which, if you put your mobile phone on the top of that card, your entire storyline will actually pop up into the mobile. And without the card, the application will not run. So you will actually sell the cards, not the application. Application will be free in the App Store. People will download it. They can't use it because they don't have that card. And the people who will buy the card from you, maybe in a bulk, you can think of them as a franchisee owner of your business. That's just a small tips. It's not the entire business model. So it's just a small input I wanted to give you. And 15 minutes, I think Vushkan will, that's how I can pronounce your name, right?
Vukasin. But you can call me
Vukasin, so
Vuk.
sorry, Vukasin. So Vukasin can probably echo my words. Like 15 minutes is like we give a lot of time to you guys. Usually, usually an elevator pitch happens for 30 seconds. An investor pitch happens for maximum 5 minutes. But because we have relationship with all these guys, we thought that we'll be giving you 15 minutes of very big time so that you have your comfort zone and you can explain yourself better. And this is not a pitching competition. This is more of a internal pitch that we did. So just a small feedback. So I'll leave it to Bianca. I have a lot to say because your business is probably 95% matching with the kind of work that I do for last 23 years. Um, but yeah, I will leave it to Bianca, and maybe we can have a call more structured on making your business as a structured business, and then take it forward from there. Yeah.
Yeah. First of all, yes, no, I really have to say that your passion is something that you cannot hide, and this is a selling point for the investors, in my viewpoint. So I want you not to lose this. It's your your USP. You are very passionate about the topic. Important is that when you present the business, to mention what is the business, and the guys already covered that. For example, I love your presentation, and here is very, very structured, the fact that it's a multimedia franchise and you have different products to develop in your business. So this is something that you can start with when you pitch your business. As well that you and in Vukasin, you make a team and you can present the business differently. Like you will be the one with the product, the vision, the mission, everything that your company wishes to accomplish. And Vukasin can jump in with the business proposal. This is what we want from the investors, and this is what we are willing to have as a partnership with an investor. Because for them, it's very important to know what do you want from them. It's a two ways type of partnership with the investors, and they were very keen to see our companies pitching right the business side, and everyone was talking mostly about the products and what they want to do and how, I don't know, how happy they are to have a business. But I'd love to see more, let's say, more focus on the business proposal for the investors, and to think about the fact that at the end of the day, everyone has to make a profit from it. So you have to be bold when you think about how you can have them in your team. It can be the expertise they have, it can be the money they can put into the business, and what you can give them back. Because this is a very good, let's say, pitch, and they can come back to you and they can say, okay, these guys, I really love them. I want to speak with them. I want to ask them some, I don't know, additional questions or anything else. So this is just a small input from me. Otherwise, of course, that that I love your business idea, and I don't know why, but I really think that it will be a great concept but more focused about the fact that you're developing a franchise, a multimedia franchise, and the products you want to have. Like the book is the first, but our aim is to have the digital content as well, the playground for the kids in the airports or in the planes, whatever you are thinking about doing, and see who is the competition you have at the moment, because they can say, okay, we can do this as well. Why should we have Mimoland, you know? So that's something that I don't know. I wanted to say. Second, yes.
Can I ask you one question, and it is related to that thing?
Yeah.
In our business model, we provided the first thing going into the airline companies. And when you enter the airline companies, in that moment, you are selling the products that are physical products. And that is going to happen in the first 2 years. Basically, all of our monetization and our money in those first 2 years were related to that physical products. And with that money, we were planning to go into digital products. Because if you want to create one game, it's going to take you like $1 million. And then if you want to distribute that game, it's going to take you 5 million more. And you are going, if you are lucky, you are going to succeed. In that case, we were planning to gather the first, let's say, critical mass of users with our offline products. And then when we go into digital products, to have initial people that are going to use our game and in the first moment that we launch. And now, my question to you is: should we propose in that way? Because in that way, we were not seeking for the investments for digital products. We were not speaking a lot more about that. We were speaking more about that physical and our first step, how to enter the airline and stuff like that. And then in the end, we provide the insights that we are moving into the multi-franchise and everything else. So is that the right way how we are doing, like step by step, or would you like to hear something different, or investors would like to hear that's different? Maybe they want to hear, I don't know, for 5 years at once, even though that is going to be our way, but maybe they want to hear a little bit different story. What do you think?
I understand that, and it's a good point. I will tell you my opinion, and Arjit, because he's an investor as well, he can tell you the other way around. But how I feel it, and in my business experience, I would really say what you have been, saying earlier, the fact that you have a roadmap, and in the first stage of the business, you are going for the offline products to gain a critical mass who will go after the digital products. And this needs, 3 years, and you are targeting to have the first 1,000 customers or 10,000 customers and so on. And this needs this amount of money in order to develop. And this is what you plan for the next 3 years. This is how I see the things. Arjit, what do you say?
Well, to be very honest, if you ask me, if you are looking for, at this moment, if you're looking for raising funds, until unless you have a digital product ready and that has got a popularity, you cannot show it to anyone and say that we want money to make a digital game out of it. So that money needs to be from your own pocket to create at least either a game or augmented reality application. And then once you have a good number of audience for that, you can say that I want to explore the aviation industry and take it forward. But in that case, you are practically in a better position to talk to the investors and say that this is the reason we are looking for money. But at this point, if you're looking for money just to crack a deal with the aviation industry, I'm not sure if in your team you can actually crack all those legalities for the aviation exactly inside the airplane. Well, you can always crack a deal with the bookstore in the airport, maybe in the lounge, to put your books. If somebody is buying it, that is fine, but that's not your business model. Your business model is basically completely different. Within the flight, you want to give entertainment to the kids. And in today's world, if you look at international flights, lot many kids, they play games, they interact, they watch the movies on the screen in front of them, right? But if you look at the domestic flights, probably in those flights, you don't have such kind of facilities in lot many countries. It's like 1.5 hour flight, so people don't put a TV screen in front of them and kids don't enjoy it. You want to cater that, which is like a very small stories for them, which will eventually increase their IQ level. That should be your pitch. It's not the story. That should be a pitch. So there are a lot of improvements I feel personally needs to be done in the entire business model. So we can happily think of doing it. It's not a problem. That's my opinion.
Clear.
Okay, so we will think about the structure and we will send you an email with what ideas we have and we can take it from there regarding the pitch deck.
Yeah.
Yeah. Second, what we want you to know is the fact that the status regarding the pitching we had on Monday is the following. The investors are reviewing all the pitch decks you had, and they are reviewing all the presentations and the documents we sent to them as well. And we hope to have the evaluation form from the investors next week and to come back to you with the feedback from them. And as well, we are aiming for the offline event when everything will go smooth regarding the flights, and all the countries who are part of the roundtable will be able to fly. As an intention, we think about the end of February, beginning of March, depending how the flight restrictions are with all the attendees in the roundtable. So we really want to meet in person and to have the offline meeting, and it's a different conversation face to face always. Just for you to know, we will plan together with you the dates. So we will take your feedback and we will try to accommodate everyone to have a good agenda regarding their timing. And this is what you have to know. And regarding what we have today, like our aim was to offer you a feedback session regarding the pitching from two reasons. First of all, you are representing us in front of the investors. We took the time to have you with us, and we want to have a good work when we do that. And your results reflects our results as well. So we want to be better and better. We are very proud of everyone who pitched on Monday. It's not easy to pitch on Zoom when you don't know the people. So I'm really happy you guys were very professional. So kudos to all of you. But still, we are taking feedback every time. And as well, you can give us your feedback regarding how we are organizing things, and we will try to be better and better every time we are doing that. This is one of the reasons we had today's session. And another reason is regarding to the fact that we can use our business experience, me and Arjit, and we can help you with maybe some things in your business. And this is why we take the time to discuss with you and see where we can jump into what you are doing and what we can do for you, then sending you our proposal and see what we can create together. This is an additional fact, is not related to the roundtable, but just because we're talking a lot with you and we see so many things in your business, maybe we can create something together.
Thank you. Yeah.
Okay.
So what is the next step now?
The next step is to have the feedback from the investors next week and to see their opinion regarding the business pitch and the pitch deck. And the next step is to organize the offline meeting in Dubai.
Okay.
That's what we plan. And of course, we will send some ideas over email regarding what you can maybe take into account regarding the business plan you have, or what we can do for your business and so on.
Good. Yeah.
So it's all on us, right? We have a lot of work to do. The homeworks are hard for us.
Yeah. And how are you satisfied with like, you said you're proud and thing, but yeah, how are you satisfied with everything?
Well, first of all, having so many people in the Zoom is not easy, and everyone is a lion. Entrepreneurs are lions. The investors are 2 times lions. So it was challenging to have all of them for. I think we stayed for 2 hours, Arjit, or almost like 2 hours. 2.5 hours. Okay, you are on mute. Yeah, so it was a challenge to have their attention for so much time, and in the same time for all of the companies to keep the focus on the business side of the business. This is the challenge we have when we speak about the business, and it happens to me as well, even though I speak so much and I speak in so many events. But at the beginning you have this track when you start to talk, and you have everything in your head and you don't know what to do with all the ideas. So I can totally understand.
For us, it was a short feedback. For us, it was a little bit challenging because we couldn't see the people, like investors.
Yeah.
And it was like, okay, we don't see anyone, and it's a little bit challenging. That's actually from my side, and maybe even because I was doing it for the first time, it was even more. And that actually, I don't know, like how this functions usually, but that was a challenge for me.
Yeah, I agree with you on this.
Yeah, I understand that some people, they don't want to show, and that's completely okay. But just I think it would be, personally for me, it would be easier if I can see the person, and then I could maybe give better from myself. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know about Vukashin.
I don't know. I was not happy how we did our job. So
Oh, come
I
on, don't
was
say not happy.
I was overwhelmed with that feeling, and then the investor asked us question, and while we were answering, he left the meeting. So I was like with that feeling, okay, this is not good. But yeah, it's always better to meet in person and to speak one on one, or to understand and really feel and see how people react. That's from my side.
Well, first of all, I don't think that the investor left because you were answering and he was not satisfied about the answer.
No. I'm completely sure now about that. But that is, you're looking at the presentation, and then there was no more questions. Maybe we did not do good with the time or something like that. Like the everything, how I look at the event from personal side, I always look through my personal feeling, and if it was better, I would be feeling better and stuff like that. But I mean, it's regularly, I was not involved in the process. Yasna just told me what we need to prepare and how we need to prepare. So I was only on that Zoom meeting, and it was Zoom like Zoom.
Bottom line, it was the first exercise to pitch. You have a feedback from us as well. You felt how it is to pitch in front of the investors. You will do much better the next time. So I think that it was a good exercise for every one of us, both us as organizers, the investors, and you as people who are pitching. So I think it's good because we're not face to face. This was like the last time, but now we know how to do it better when we will meet them face to face. My opinion, like.
Yeah. It was really a learning experience.
Yeah, that's good.
Let's keep it up.
Of course. Anything else from your side, Arjit? Otherwise, I think we are okay with the call.
No, this is perfectly fine. It's just that probably they are pitching it for the first time. So there are a lot of learnings that they need to probably go through. So it's a learning procedure, learning curve. So usually they will learn step by step. Nobody, for a feedback, nobody actually intended to not to turn on their videos. There was internet issues from the guy who was traveling by car. He just tried to show his face, then he turned it off because of the network issue. And another guy who is the VC fund manager, the same thing happened with him as well. They all send me the personal text. So these are all you can say very, very close known people to me. So I know that they never ever turn on because they don't want to show off their face. They want to, of course. That's the reason they were there. And people didn't left because of the pitch. People left because of the timing that they had. One of the investor had got up, family issues, so he couldn't stay. And I appreciate that he at least came for an hour during that crisis period. One of probably the family member is in the hospital. If you remember, Bianca, I sent you
Yes,
the.
I remember. Yeah.
So we appreciate always those who love to create things and who actually do the disruptions.
Yeah.
Don't worry, we're all good.
Yeah, but it's good that we talk and we communicate about everything, and we are open to, to talk honestly about the experience we had. So I think it's because they can stay, happy that it was not about them. The fact that the investors, they were not able to show their faces. And maybe we can say next time if something happens, we can heads up the people like, hey, we cannot turn the camera on because we don't have very good internet connection, because they will think about, wow, why they're not showing the face on camera. So I will do that next time. It's on me. Okay. Thank you so much for your time, guys. And we will come back with feedback on the email with everything we just said.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
Enjoy Dubai, enjoy the mountains.
Stay
safe.
And talk to you soon.
Of course.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Baka baka.